Historical Painting, a channel specializing in historical research, where we explore important and mysterious events that have changed the course of humanity. Today, we will learn about one of the largest and most devastating wars in human history, World War II. This war not only changed the world for the next 50 years but also left indelible marks on the minds of billions of people. After the end of World War I in 1919, the Treaty of Versailles was signed, imposing harsh terms on defeated Germany. French Marshal Ferdinand Foch, after the treaty was signed, predicted that it would not be a lasting peace, but only a 20-year armistice. The treaty, while weakening Germany militarily, did not completely destroy its industrial capabilities, and instead fueled nationalist sentiment and the desire for revenge. With the rise of Adolf Hitler in Germany and Benito Mussolini in Italy, fascism began to take root and grow in strength. Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, the forerunner of the Nazi Party, with a vision of creating a powerful and world-dominating Germany. In Italy, Mussolini founded the Fascist Party, promoting extreme nationalism and military power. In 1931, Japan invaded Manchuria, northeast China, opening the way for their ambition to conquer all of Asia. This event made the world situation more tense, signaling the beginning of a much larger war. In Europe, at the same time, Germany and Italy continued to consolidate their power, while Western powers such as Britain and France chose to compromise. After Hitler came to power in 1933, he quickly consolidated his power by eliminating his political opponents, especially the German Communist Party. Hitler began to rearm Germany, violating the Treaty of Versailles, and preparing for the invasion of Europe. The world was on the brink of a new war, but the Western countries were still unaware of the seriousness of the situation. In 1938, the Munich Conference took place, where Britain and France gave in to Hitler's demands, allowing Germany to occupy the Sudetenland region of Czechoslovakia. British Prime Minister Chamberlain returned to London with the promise of peace for a generation, but it proved to be only a temporary setback before the inevitable war. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland, starting World War II. Germany's Blitzkrieg, lightning war, tactics caught the Polish army and neighboring countries off guard. Britain and France were forced to declare war on Germany, marking the beginning of the largest war in human history. After successfully invading Poland, Germany quickly expanded its military campaign in Western Europe. Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg fell to the Germans one after another. The climax was in June 1940, when France also surrendered, establishing the puppet government of Vichy France. Meanwhile, de Gaulle continued to lead the resistance movement from London, establishing the Free French government. On June 22, 1941, Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, attacking the Soviet Union, despite the non-aggression pact between the two countries. The German army advanced rapidly, capturing large areas of the Soviet Union. However, fierce resistance from the Red Army in harsh weather conditions prevented Operation Barbarossa from achieving its original goals. At the same time as Germany attacked the Soviet Union, Japan launched an attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, drawing the United States into the war. Japan quickly seized much of Southeast Asia, establishing total control over the region. However, the defeat at the Battle of Midway marked the end of Japan's initiative in the war. The Battle of Stalingrad, which began in September 1942, was one of the fiercest battles in history. The German army was locked in street fighting in Stalingrad, facing fierce resistance from the Soviet Red Army. This battle marked a major turning point in World War II, as the German army began to lose ground, and victory gradually swung to the Soviet side. During 1942 and 1943, the Allies launched military campaigns in North Africa, defeating the German and Italian armies, paving the way for an advance into southern Europe. The German defeat in North Africa was a major blow to the Axis, weakening their fighting ability and opening the door for the Allies to advance deeper into European territory. The Battle of Kursk, which took place in July 1943, was the largest tank battle in history, involving 8,000 tanks and 1.5 million soldiers. It was the last major offensive by the German army on the Eastern Front, but they suffered a crushing defeat against the might of the Soviet Red Army. The Battle of Kursk marked the irreversible decline of the German army in World War II. On June 6, 1944, the Normandy landings, the largest military operation in history, took place. The Allies with 2.88 million soldiers entered France, destroyed German forces, and opened a second front in Europe. This landing was a major turning point in the war, forcing Germany into a situation of fighting on two fronts and gradually being overwhelmed. In February 1945, the Yalta Conference was held in Crimea, where Allied leaders discussed the post-war division of power. Just 2 months later, the Soviet offensive on Berlin ended with Hitler's suicide and the collapse of Nazi Germany. On May 8, Germany signed an unconditional surrender, ending the war in Europe. After Germany surrendered, the Allies' focus shifted to the Pacific theater. On August 6, 1945, the United States dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, and 3 days later, Nagasaki. At the same time, the Soviet Union launched a campaign in Manchuria, defeating the Japanese Guangdong Army. On August 15, 1945, Japan announced its unconditional surrender, officially ending World War II. World War II was one of the darkest chapters in human history, but it was also an important lesson in solidarity and hope. Let's remember and learn from the past, to build a peaceful and better future. Thank you for watching the video of Historical Painting. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Goodbye and see you again in the next historical exploration journey.